Hello, my name is Mark Gotts and I am a candidate for Florida State House District 84. I've been a self-employed businessman and education activist for over 25 years. In that time, I have founded 10 charter schools. In 2011, Governor Rick Scott appointed me to serve as his representative on the St. Lucie County Independent Fire District, the largest fire district in the state. As a commissioner on the fire board, I am involved in overseeing a budget in excess of $90 million. In 2017, I was appointed to the Citizens Budget Committee for St. Lucie County. This committee makes recommendations to the County Commission on their budget of more than $550 million. I have always been an advocate against wasteful spending of taxpayer dollars, speaking numerous times on the subject before the Port St. Lucie City Council. My primary issue is to make government more accountable to the taxpayers. Many times government throws money at a problem and thinks that they've done their work in curing that problem. How and where those dollars are spent need to be accounted for. I would like to be the taxpayer's voice, protect their investment, and root out waste at the state level. I have pledged not to accept any monetary contributions during the primary campaign due to the influx of outside money trying to influence elections here on the Treasure Coast. My name is Mark Gotts, and I'm running for Florida House District 84. Education decisions are best made at the local level. The learning triangle is basically the student, the teacher, and the parent. That's where the decision making is best made. For public schools and charter schools, you have to look at the division of how those are funded as to who has a responsibility to make the rules. The federal government funds education at about 10%. Our state government funds 45%, and the other 45% is funded by local effort. The decisions that are made are important at every level. The most important decision is how we better allocate our assets to allow teachers to have more funds, both for professional development and for a better standard of living. One of the largest portions of the state budget is Medicaid. As a matter of fact, it's almost 31% of our $89 billion budget. Finding better ways to provide services to the masses is important because we could save money and allocate those assets in other areas. Technology is playing a much larger role in our lives every day. There are programs that will allow patients to utilize telemedicine for almost 70% of the problems that they have. If we could allocate dollars to creating a system where we have a telemedicine situation, then patients would not have to go to doctor's offices where predominantly sick people are to be analyzed and given prescriptions for the problems that they're having, whether it's a cold or the measles or the flu. This would allow faster transactions from the standpoint of doctors dealing with patients and cut the cost of the service substantially by cutting out a large layer of administration that is what drives up the cost of healthcare. When it comes to the discussion of banning any type of weapon that we have, an assault rifle, there is no such thing as an assault rifle. It's the person behind the rifle that is doing the assaulting. I'm a firm believer in the Constitution. As a Republican, I believe in the Constitution, I believe in individual rights, I believe in civil society, and I believe in smaller government. The Second Amendment of the Constitution allows the rights of citizens to bear arms. This right should not be infringed. If there's a challenge to arming the masses, then that challenge should be taken up by an amendment to the Constitution of the United States. This is as important as our First Amendment rights of free speech, because those First Amendment rights are not protected unless the Second Amendment is in place. Making government accountable to the citizens is the main theme of my campaign. This branches out into many areas. I believe we need to protect our environment. Clean air and clean water are a major responsibility of government. Preserving what makes Florida the best place to live and play will require us to make investments in our environment. Those investments need to be spent wisely, and we need to see a return on our investment, which includes positive results for the millions that we spend. We have a responsibility that the promise of a clean and beautiful Florida is kept to this and future generations. We must guarantee that our schools become houses of learning, where students feel secure in their learning environment. Education decisions are best made at the local level. The learning triangle is the teacher, the student, and the parent. The further decisions are made away from this triangle, the less effective the decision becomes. Teachers deserve a livable wage and the best in professional development to enhance their abilities as teachers. Our communities must be kept safe and secure, as this is the basis for a civil society to function properly. Without our guardians, police, fire, EMS, our society will deteriorate. Funding these guardians properly should be a primary function of government. Those who serve their communities and take care of its citizens should always be looked on as the cornerstones of our society. I have pledged not to take any monetary contributions in the primary election. If you would like to help my campaign, please talk to your friends and family and ask them to vote either absentee, early, or on Election Day, August 28th. My name is Mark Gotts, and I am a candidate for Florida House District 84. Thank you.